Afternoon, guys, ladies and gents. Welcome to another. Well, this is another DIY actually tutorial, and this one it will be showing how I've created my own solar fan. So it's a solar powered fan, and I actually created it out of rubbish that I had lying around, and also rubbish that was dropped off here, and the owners were supposed to pick up, but that's out of the scope of this tutorial. I was actually going through the rubbish in the rubbish pile, and I managed to come across this. So this is for a solar garden light. So usually the lights you see lit up in the dark time. So it was actually broken. The lights were broken, but the wires were still in good condition. So I actually just chopped the wires to a suitable length. And I have had this piece of rubbish, which now has its use now. And this belongs to my old drone that I'd broken a few years back. My spy drone back in 2018 when I'd brought it. But I was just playing around, bored one time, and I just figured out how to make a solar fan, and just out of the rubbish I'd lying around. So let's get into it. So, as I said, this is designed for a garden light. So this traditionally was a garden light thing. Here's the stake part and all that as well. So I've actually just got all the parts and the screws here as well. But it was broken in the rubbish. So I thought, well, let's try and wire something to it, and because traditionally I wanted to know if the circuit worked so I could use it. And it does. So what I've done is I've wired this drone blade to it. I'd probably peel off a lot of the plastic just to make it look a bit more tidier another time. But it did work. So, but what I've got to get next is actually a rechargeable AA battery, because this AA battery, it works in the circuit, but it's alkaline AA battery, and you're not supposed to charge these batteries technically, because what this acts like a charger for this AA battery, and this is where at night time it gets its supply from. So usually in most garden solar lights, they have a AA battery in them. I usually like to replace the AA batteries in the solar garden lights with a Energizer, because of the long lasting. And also, you get the most of the sunlight. But in this testing stage, we're going to be using an alkaline Energizer battery just to run the circuit, and we'll also demonstrate that the solar panel actually works too. So what we're going to be using for that demonstration is I've got a light on over here. I mean, I would go outside, but it's not the best sunlight. But any light source should amplify, or the solar panel should suck from it. I know I've tested this over many years and gotten results, and you'll see the results also with this with the rotation of this rotor. So what I'm going to do now is I've already got the screws popped off, except for one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to pop this AA battery into the unit, because there's a little AA battery compartment in here, and what's going to happen is once I connect the circuit and the circuit is complete, you're going to see the rotor spin on the old blade. So let's do this. So I'm just doing everything one-handed so you can see. So I've got the unit open, so what we're going to do is we're going to slip this battery in, make sure she's lined up properly. So, and these are little inverter as well, so you don't have to worry about hooking this direct to an inverter. These actually have their own inverter for the lights, but as I said, it's only a small circuit, so don't expect like a dramatic speed up or anything. It's just a small circuit. So we'll connect it now. So as you see, since I've connected it into the unit, the rotor starts spinning. Have a bit of air coming up. Usually I've done it in reverse polarity, because I'm actually going to be using this as a fan, where you see the normal polarity, it'll spin the other way, and it was designed to elevate or make the drone hover. But since I've reversed the circuit, it spins the other way, which makes the thing go out. But so now what we're going to do is we're going to go closer to the light because we're a little bit too far away from the light. But you'll notice when we get closer to the light, actually what I'll do is oh, there we go. So what we're going to do is you can see the rotor spinning in the fan. So what we're going to do is once we go closer to the light that's up here, you'll see the increase of the RPMs. So let's do that now. So as we see, the RPMs in the rotor have increased because what I'm doing is I'm actually holding the solar panel up closer to the light so it can actually convert the light energy into electricity more efficiently. And what we do is take it away, the rotor slows down, same thing, go back to the light, the rotor speeds up. So this sort of setup could come in a variety of purposes, depending what you want to do. This for me, I was just being bored and just to get home. See, it's increased because now it's swaying from side to side now. It's because of the wind's push. It's pushing against the drag, the air drag. So yeah, I was just bored and I just thought, well, let's experiment. And I've done these sort of experiments years and years back. But yeah, I just thought I would see if I could make a solar fan out of what I've got out of the dumpster and my broken drone. So it was an experiment complete. I'm actually going to buy a AA battery that's rechargeable, an Energizer one, and I'll tidy up the look of that. Just cut off the rest of the excess plastic that's there, and then I will mount the fan into a holder of some sort. So in summertime, I can have this by my bed. And probably, I'll probably make the cord a bit longer too, so I can actually feed the panel outside, where it'll actually get the sunlight. And I could have the fan anywhere, actually. Well, this whole circuit can be anywhere because it's portable, so you can even carry it with you. But as I said, I was just demonstrating how to make a solar fan. This is a DIY tutorial. Yeah, and because I was bored. So without further ado, thanks for watching. You have a good day, and hopefully you learned something new. And until next time, chat.